inspiration. You know, the advice he gave me made me like $50,000 in 1 hour. A super fucking human. He just doesn't give up. He doesn't quit. He's one of the most well-known salespeople out there, sales trainers in the fucking country. Very impressive guy. Give it up for my guy, Max Jimenez, baby.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Closers Lab. I'm Max Jimenez. Thank you for joining me on my live today. For those of you that have never been on this show, for those of you that are new, the Closers Lab is where we actually make calls and we talk to sellers. And we talk about a lot about sales in general, right? You guys know that, I don't get too much into other things in regards to wholesaling or anything like that. I want to help you how to negotiate deals, how to shift in this market to be able to be a better negotiator, better position. So I'm going to give some time, let some people come on. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for those that joined me on Tuesday. Tuesday, we had a really good call. It was awesome Q&A. I know we didn't get to a lot of the calls, but the Q&A was really, really good. The feedback was great. For those of you guys that are jumping on, I know we have a couple people here. For those of you guys that are jumping on, where are you watching from? Where are you tuning in from? Drop in the comment section what market you're in. But thank you. Welcome, everyone. So difference between today and Tuesday, for those of you that are new, is I always like to say this, is that on Tuesdays, we try to cover everything that has to do with cold calling. Sometimes questions get asked about actual negotiations. So we can't avoid that. So I want to answer all your questions. So with that being said, this is a live show. So make sure that you're asking questions, you're commenting. I highly encourage you to ask questions and to comment, network in the comment sections as well too, in the chat. So that way we can, get things going. So Anthony, what's up, brother? I appreciate you, man. From the chat, from the Chi-Town, all the way from Chicago. Let's go. Dave, Miami. What's up, Dave? Looking forward to seeing you, man, on the Masterclass. Starts next on July 6th. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Sebastian, what's going on, brother? All the way from my brother from Canada. What's going on? I appreciate the fire emojis. Looking forward to seeing you as well on the Masterclass. Thank you for signing up. I love it. You guys, thank you for making the commitment. I'm going to, I'm excited for that Masterclass. I'm not going to get into it today because the idea is to leave it very limited. I spoke a lot about it on Tuesday. So if you want to know more about that Masterclass, you got to go back to Tuesdays. And so, Tuesday show, but definitely, excited, man. Let's see. Anthony says, Max, how do I set myself apart from others in the business, bro? I'm gonna encourage you, Anthony, because I've seen your work. I've seen the work you put in. I've seen your comments, your messages, man. If you're able to, and I'm not trying to push you, because when I see someone that puts in the work, and I know that you're just one tick away from exploding or from going to the next level, because I've trained so many acquisition guys. I've built teams for the last 5 years, right? Especially in sales acquisitions. And I know when there's somebody ready to go to the next level, which is you, Anthony. I recommend highly, if you can, get to the Masterclass, brother. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm not trying to pitch. It doesn't make a difference to me. But for you, I recommend that you get to that Masterclass, bro, and bring if you can, your game to the next level, because you have the bits and pieces and you're using them. And I think you need that little X factor to separate you, right? And what it is structure. That's all it is. How to build your basically your sales system that fits you and your style. So Antonio, what's going on, Antonio? North Cal. Let's go, baby. I love it. Dave said, definitely, bro. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Like I said, Sebastian, let's see. He says, I got my sister watching as well. She is looking to learn. Well, hello, sister. Awesome, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Anthony said, good afternoon, Closers Lab family. Amazing. Manuel, what's up, bro? Good morning to you too. Jose, what's going on? Thank you for the fire emojis. And then Anthony says, yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, brother. I've already told 5 people that this is not for them, because a lot of them just wanted to pay. And so I'm like, if you're just looking to pay to get better, do not attend the Masterclass. You got to be willing to put in the work, and you got to be obsessed with working on your craft. That's the only people I want to work with. You got to be obsessed. You got to have passion to get better, because if you're looking just to pay and you think you're going to get better, it's going to waste your time, and it's going to waste my time. But I only talk to certain people like this because I see the potential. Like I said, I build teams. I work, with some high level guys that have come work with us and are leaving and have left to do their own thing, and they exploded. So I know when I see the potential. Claudio, what's up, bro? How you doing? Let's buy some houses. I know, man. I'm about to jump on the phones right now. Last week I went too long. It's 10:05. By 10:10, I want to be on the phones. I just want to welcome some new people here before I start getting on the phones. I want to talk to sellers and get some deals locked up. Sergio, Sergizi, not Sergio. Sorry, Sergizi. Good morning, Closers Lab. New to the game. I met you yesterday at the secret meetup, and I'm ready to make my first deal in real estate. I love it. It's a good time, bro. If you have right now, it's interesting times, but it's exciting times, and it's going to be good times for those that take this seriously, for those that want to learn, for those that take action, for those that collaborate, for those that work on their craft consistently. But I'm excited for you, man. Thank you for being on here. We're going to do our best to steer you, and we're going to do our best to, the community on the Closers Lab is really awesome. Get in the chats, ask questions, and response. Manuel said, like you told me yesterday, become obsessed, not just look for the one or two things that will make a little bit of money. Yeah, man. Most people, what happens is I was talking to Manuel yesterday, and what happens, most people are only looking for the one-liners. How do I crush this seller? I've heard it all. Max, how do I price drop them? Blah, 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 blah. In reality, it's, that stuff's not sustainable. It's not long-term. You got to be obsessed to work on your craft. That's going to keep you around for a long time. That's going to keep you around to be successful, right? Negotiating deal after deal consistently, having that system, having that consistent process that you can repeat. You ask most acquisition guys is, how did you get that deal? I don't know. He just said he wanted to do it and he signed. Like, how is that even repeatable, right? And then someone was talking to Manuel, like, because he's investing in himself too. Like, the guy, he's investing in himself. He's dedicated, and he wants to be obsessed. That's what he told me yesterday. And I said, bro, that's the only way. I said, you got to be obsessed, work on your craft. There's no way to really only learn one-liners and tactics and stuff like that. There's a lot that goes to it, and this is why you guys watch the Closers Lab, because I just don't teach you guys tactics or techniques. Like, that's not the only thing that you should be learning. There's a lot more stuff, and I'm glad that you guys are on here. Travis Lyons, what's up, bro? I think I met you yesterday as well too, Travis. I believe, appreciate you for being on, but thank you guys, all of you, for being on. Hey, listen, this is a live show. So, ask your questions, drop some comments. One thing that I always recommend is that participate. This is an opportunity to ask questions. This is an opportunity to, be on the show, and that you're on the show and ask questions and be active, right? Also share this with someone. Listen, send this to somebody right now before we get started on the calls. You got 2 minutes. We're going to get started on the calls. Share this with someone right now that you think would benefit. That way they can jump on and they can get on and basically, look at, watch and learn some things maybe to improve on if they're not doing that. So my buddy Carlos Johnson, what's up, Carlos? How you doing, brother? Sales process. Yes, it's a beautiful thing when you have a sales process, sales system, whatever it is that you want to call it, but have it. Now, that's what I'm going to do on the masterclass. I'm going to teach you, those guys that signed up. We have 8 seats left. Those that sign up, that's what you're going to walk away with those 3 weeks that you're attending. So I really appreciate that, Carlos. Harvey, what's up, bro? Where you been at, Harvey? Hopefully good. Jeesh made it. What's up, Max? Good, man. Good. It's been great. Arlo, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? It's been good, bro. I can't complain. I appreciate it. So, other thing too is I'm getting a couple of DMs in my Instagram, and I'm gonna call this out because I am not. I am not. There was some good stuff. But that I got DMs. Some people were saying that they want me to create a playlist to where you guys can just hear the calls. And what I'm working on that for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys want to just jump on it and look at and basically go straight to the calls, the meat of this live. But for right now, I'm going to encourage you that you can still do that by pressing fast forward. Right? You got a little slider bar there that you can fast forward the show. But I'm working on that. Obviously, I don't just do content. I'm not a content, I'm not a YouTuber. I run a business. I do a lot of other things. And so right now, for those of you that have messaged me about creating a playlist with just the calls, I'm working on that. But for now, you can hit fast forward. You can move the slider to the calls if you want. But it's very important to me as well that people hear the questions, because there's a lot of people who also are going to have the same questions that some of you guys have. So, Amador, what's up, bro? It's going good, bro. Thank you, Amador. I'm looking forward. Amador's another guy that's going to be on the masterclass. Thank you, brother. I'm looking forward to bringing that heat for you guys and provide the value and get you guys going, man. I'm super excited. You guys know that I'm very passionate about this, or else I wouldn't be doing this, every, twice a week. And I'm looking forward to you and to help you and your business partner take your game to the next level when it comes to sales and see what we can do. Without further ado, again, guys, I encourage you to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and then send this to somebody that you think would benefit. Send this to somebody that you think would benefit from this video, and that way they can watch as well too. Ross, what's up, bro? What's up, everyone? Ready for some jams? So let's do it. All right, so let's see who's going to be our first seller we're calling today. Jack. Let's see if Jack picks up. We're going to get into the calls. What's happening here? Let's see. Of course, it's not working. Okay, cool. Guys, keep any questions that you might have, anything that's come up. Tell me about situations that you guys got going on. Any appointments, sales calls. What are some things that you're running through or running into that are holding you back from doing things that you need to do? Let's see. Actually, here's what I'll do. Let's do this. All right. So I'm gonna start the dialer real quick. And thank you guys for those of you that submitted the leads. I really appreciate it. This helps the show this helps the show a lot. So let me see what's happening here. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get this going. For some reason. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see. While this is ramping up, do you need help editing videos to create the audio recordings? No, I got somebody already that's gonna do it for me. But reach out to me, because definitely I like to work with multiple people. So if you can send me a DM over to on Instagram at Real Max Jimenez, send me a message, and then we can talk, chat, and then see what we can come up with. So Manuel says pew pew pew. I love it, bro. Thanks. I appreciate it. Why is this not turning on, man? What is going on? And guys, this is a live show. So remember, we're going to run into some difficulties. We're going to run into some things that are normal for the most part when it comes to trying to do things live. So we're not immune to not having technical difficulties. So I'm wondering. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna down from here. let me check something real quick. All right, that's not what I want. All right, let's see. Let's call the first seller. I got it. Let me know if you guys can hear that really well. All right, so no answer. Try to call him back right away. All right, so it looks like they're not going to pick up. All right, let's try the next person. Let's see. Okay, let's go. Pick up.
Please leave your message for 5.
All right, I'm doing the double click. So for you guys that don't know, if you guys are new to the show and you haven't heard this strategy, is I like to double, like back-to-back dials the prospect. So what happens is that 8 out of 10 times, potentially they'll pick up. So the way you got to think about that is, remember, for you guys personally, I always say this, is that if a number calls you back to back, you usually think it's an emergency or it's something important. And so mostly likely 8 out of 10 times you're going to pick up. So sometimes that works really well. I do that a lot. And then if they don't pick up, I'm gonna leave the cliffhanger voicemail.
Please leave your message for 50223511394.
Hello, Lakeisha, it's Max. I'm calling because your property over at Hastings Drive. Boom. Make it curious, make it interesting, and then just drop the voicemail. There's no more than that. You know, sometimes some guys are even doing it shorter and they're getting callbacks. So just think about if somebody was to leave you, you own properties and somebody was to leave you a voicemail like that. You'd want to know, like, what was this about? Did the phone cut off? What were they about to tell me? All right. And it works. It's a strategy that works really well. Again, 8 out of 10 people will end up calling us back. But let's see. Let's call seller only consider when I call. That's a lot. I try to lock it up for 2K. So 2K is the MAO. Oh, that one's tough. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's call them. All right, we're gonna do the double dial.
tone, please leave your name and number and a brief message. Thank you.
Hey, Floyd, it's Max. I'm calling you because the property you own over at Signat Way Avenue. Boom. Ross said, hey, Max, what's the answer rate? Hey, Max, what's the answer rate on the stalker dial? I mean, the triple dial. You know, it varies. So I think we would fluctuate anywhere between like some depends on the data. So we've seen it as high as 60%, which is great. For us, anything above 50 is awesome. So we were floating right around 60%. That was like the average that we saw. So it works really well. Like I said, you know, I know 8 out of 10, I always shoot high, but if we were averaging about 60% on the answer rate with that. So it's really good. Walter said, smooth operator, Max. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. What is this? Thank you for your time, Max. I sent you a DM from my IG account. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Okay, let's call the next person. Texas. Got a property in Texas. How many of you guys are from Texas that are watching right now? Drop your Texas there.
Thank you very much for calling. Please leave a message.
All right, let's call back. Let them know we mean business.
Thank you very much for calling. Please leave a message.
Hey, David, it's Max. I'm calling you because your property over at Bres Hather Drive. Sergio said, a couple minutes in, and I already got golden nuggets. Couple minutes in, and I already got a golden nugget. The double dial voicemail combo. Yes, it's awesome. It's a good combination to use. As you do dials and as you dial more, what's you don't want to do that on the cold calls. You want to do a you only want to do it on the follow-ups, like what I'm doing now, right? All these ones that I'm calling have already been touched by someone. So those are people that I want to do this with, because those are the ones that I want to actually connect with, right? If I'm cold calling, obviously I'm just going to do a very generic voicemail where they can call me back, but I don't want to do that with when I'm cold calling. And I haven't had someone call me back yet. So on this live right now. So let's see, let's call Abel, see what's going on. Come on, I want to talk to someone, bro. Let's do a deal.
Please leave your message for Please leave your message for
Hello, Abel. It's Max. I'm calling because your property over at Brinshurst Street. All right. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's keep it going. We got to get someone on the phone here. Let's see.
Your call has been forwarded.
That went straight to voicemail. Interesting.
An automated voice messaging system is not available. The mailbox.
Okay, so that one went straight to voicemail. That means the phone's off and the mailbox is full. So Sergio's asking, with your experience, is there a sweet spot time wise where the prospects will answer, for example, 8 to 12, 4 to 8? These specifically, these are not set up to a certain time, but you got to consider most of the people that you're talking to usually are going to have a 9 to 5. So if you want to have if you guys want to have a higher connection rate, obviously after work. But in reality, I mean, I would call them, 2-3 times a day. If you call them in the morning and they don't answer, you set yourself for a follow-up in the afternoon, especially for those that new leads that have come in. Don't just call them one time. Like if it's a lead that raised their hand that want to sell through the VA, or a lead that came in through text or even your direct mail, like you need to be calling them more than once a day, right? If you want to set yourself time for prospecting, the cold calling, I know what we found out is that on cold calling, usually the evenings are you get higher connection rate because that's when people are home, right? From work and all that stuff. So, but on your follow-ups, I give them 2 or 3 touches, 2 touches at least minimum a day. So, are you recording calls on the iPhone? No, through CallRail, William. That's what I'm using. So, Abraham, what's up, everyone here? Let's keep the energy, show some guy. I appreciate it, man. Let's do it. Thank you guys. Man, I want to get someone on the phone, man. That's the goal. But I think they know I'm calling. That's what's happening. Let's see. Who do we got next? All right, Gene. Let's see.
Please leave your message for.
Call it again. Nope, doesn't look like we're going to connect. I'm not dropping the voicemail on that one. Let's see.
You've reached the voicemail of Phil Moyer. You've reached the voicemail of Phil Moyer.
Might have to change I'm wondering if my number, let's see. I'm gonna try one more and I might have to change the number. Even though I actually registered that number for CallRail because it's not used for cold calling, it's used for nurture dialing or follow-up. So it shouldn't be that. Let's see.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has...
Paul said, Max, I got a number you can call on property in Cleveland, Ohio. Send it over, bro. Let's call it. Max, what's better use in your opinion? Single, I'm assuming you're saying dialer. So it depends. So if you're going to be doing nurture calls, which are like your follow-ups, a single dialer for sure. I wouldn't go more than that because you want them to be called one by one. Those are your follow-ups or like actual high quality prospects. If you're going to obviously cold call, then you need to use the bulk dialer, the power dialer. Sorry. That way, with the single dialer, that way you are going. You want to make sure that you get a hold of everybody, right? When you are doing your nurture calls, because you don't want to run through the leads. What is it called? Too fast, because then you're not going to connect with anybody. So for your nurture calls, I would use a single dialer. For your prospecting, like cold calls, I would use triple line or more. I wouldn't do more than 5. Make sure that you just because you want to have some contacts when you're doing cold calling. Abraham said, would you recommend to change the number every Friday or every 2 weeks? For follow-ups, what I would recommend for follow-ups is register you guys' number. You can register it, because if it's just follow-ups, you're just following up with people. You don't have to change it as much, maybe once a month. For your cold calling ones, now that's different. If you're doing the bulk dial, you definitely want to change it. I don't know if you need to change it. I would say every 2 weeks works fine. It just depends how many cold calls you're making. You can adjust to it if you're going to do more than normal. But for your follow-ups, one number, we used to have 5 numbers for each of our guys. So 5 numbers, and then we register those numbers, which means that they're not considered spam. So we register them, and then we would change them a month later and register those new ones. So that way it stayed fresh. And the reason why we had 5 numbers was so we can call the seller from multiple numbers, not just one. That's one key point that a lot of people make mistake on, is they call the seller just from one number. They never answer them, right? You got to have multiple numbers in order to get a good connection rate when you're doing your follow-ups. So she picked up, but it sounds like and I hung up. Let me call back.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Maybe she's calling me back. Let me try one more time. Probably gonna get yelled at.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 21558.
All right, so let's see. Where are we at? Okay, perfect. Man, we have a ton of leads. Thank you guys for submitting the leads. This is awesome. You guys are great. What we're able to do is keep a lot of numbers in the rotation. So that way we can make the show interesting if and when someone picks up.
Hello.
Hello, Mary.
Yes.
Hi, Mary. My name is Max. I'm calling you because you had spoken to, I think, one of my team members about your property over at Lorraine Road. Said you might be considering selling that one.
Yes.
Oh, you still are? Okay. Probably caught you at a bad time.
Yes, you did. So you need to call me back later on today or first off in the morning.
Okay, which one do you prefer? This afternoon or in the morning?
Well, in the morning.
Okay,
in the morning.
9 o'clock or 11 o'clock.
You can call on those times or between 9 and 11, and I'll make sure I answer.
Okay, perfect. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it for 10:30. I'm gonna put it on my calendar because I want to make sure I prioritize this call with you.
Okay,
I want.
I'm gonna write it down also.
Yeah, perfect. And again, you can write down my name. It's Max, and then I got you down on my calendar for 10:30. Okay.
10:30, and it's Max.
Yes, Max. Yep. And we'll talk about your property over at Lorraine Road. Okay.
Okay, that'll be good. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mary. Take care. Bye bye. All right. Let me make sure I save this as a follow up because I'm gonna call her tomorrow morning, anyways. Let's see, follow up call, and I think she's in Tennessee. So, what time is it in Tennessee right now? 12:36. So they're 2 hours ahead. Okay, perfect. So that means it would be 8:30 here, which is fine. Okay, cool. So I gotta call her tomorrow at 8:30. Did you guys get anything from that little? I know it wasn't a long call, but did you see how I set that up? What were some takeaways from that? If you guys want to put it on your put it in the comment section. What was some takeaways that you guys took away from that getting that commitment for that call? Okay, cool. Let's see. JT said text her. I think you were talking about the prospect from earlier, I believe. Anthony said, hey, always learning from you, Max, and implementing. Awesome. In Chai, some areas require property inspection before the sale can proceed. I have a seller who's moving slow to schedule it. Our buyer's waiting on this to close. How to get the seller to move? It's really hard to get. You guys just saw what I did right now, right? I got commitments. So you got to get all this stuff up front, honestly. Like, get the commitments up front. Like, if I was talking to you, Anthony, I mean, obviously, you guys know that I do this. I always go back because I want you to learn. I want you to learn how to get commitments before this stuff happens. That's why I like to go back, and then I like to walk you through how to now try to fix it. But I always like to walk you guys. So if I was talking to you, Anthony, and I knew that I needed to get a what is it called, an inspection scheduled, I'm gonna get a commitment up front. I'm gonna say, Anthony, it's very important for us to get this property inspection scheduled before the closing. So if you were me setting this up, when can we get this done so I can get you your money? Right. And so what I want to do is I want to put in their mind that this is stopping them from moving on, and this is stopping them from getting paid. Right. Those are the two things that I want them to start thinking. Right. Get that commitment up front. Anthony, it's a very high priority that we get this property inspection done so we can get you moving to the next phase of your life and get you your money. So if you were me setting this up, when can we do this? So that way you can definitely, definitely get moving and have that money in your bank account. Okay. Well, next week sometimes. Well, okay. So next week, are we talking about Friday? Are we talking about Wednesday? When next week works for you? Now I'm going to get a day commitment. Okay. Let's do it on Wednesday. Okay. Perfect. So on Wednesday, when next Wednesday, I'm going to get the inspector. And is there anything that you can think of that would stop us from doing that inspection and get you paid? Always got to get that emotion back involved, right? And get that commitment, because this is what happens, right? If we don't get commitments up front, what happens is the sellers do whatever they want, just like this call right now. Oh, call me today, this afternoon, or tomorrow sometimes if you want. Most people would have said, okay, perfect, I'll call you later. Click. No. Let's get a commitment. Let's get a date. Let's get a time. Let's make sure that, everybody understands that I prioritize my time. I want to make sure that we create an equal business stature, right? Now that you're in this, what you need to do is you need to go back and hit them. Not hit them. Sorry, I shouldn't use that word. You need to go back and explore the motivation, pain, or gain, whatever it was you got them to sign, and say, Anthony, I'm really confused. You know, the only thing that's stopping us from getting you paid and getting your money is this inspection. What am I missing here? Can you help me out? What am I missing here? Right? Is there something I did? Something happened? I mean, how can I get you your money? How can I get that? How can I get that deposit over to your bank account? Or how can we make that happen? The only thing that's stopping this is an inspection. Help me out here. What should I do? Right? Approach it as far as not your problem, but hey, if we don't get this done, you're not going to be able to accomplish your mission, which is sell the house, get paid, and move on. Right? Don't approach it in like, hey, this is starting to become a problem for me. Let's approach it like, let's get you past your mission of why you initially signed that contract, right? And see how that works. Try that, Anthony, and let me know. You know, but this is the thing: is there's a rule that says never make a move without a commitment. Never make a move without a commitment, right? We're always making commitments. We're always making moves. We're always having the seller. We're always making moves for the sellers without getting commitments, whether those commitments are small. And you have to give something of equal value. You have to give something and you have to get something of equal value, right? So that way we don't have no mutual mystification going on. Everybody understands what's happening. And at least, and even though let's say it goes wrong because it's not perfect, right? Let's say that it goes wrong because it's not perfect. I'm not saying this system is perfect, but at least you know where you stand and you know what to do, right? Compared to, you know, being in limbo, right? Being in somewhere in outer space because you don't know what's happening. So I highly recommend for you guys that are watching is always get those little commitments. Get those commitments, man. That's going to help you, give you a peace of mind and be able to understand what's happening and help you move forward. So Abraham said, I prioritize this call yeah, that's what I told her. Hey, you know, I prioritize these calls and they mean a lot to me. You know, I want to make sure that they're important. Do you use Google Calendar to prioritize your follow-ups? From that call, I learned that you're making her a priority by picking a specific time, so she knows at 10:30 Max is calling. 100%. Yeah, you can use Google Calendars. I actually put it in my. For this, I'm using CallRail. So what I'll do is I'll throw it into my Google Calendars right away, and that'll help me tomorrow to remind me to simplify it, man. Yeah, don't try to get too creative. So Anthony said, yes, sir. For sure. All right, let's continue making the calls and I'll get back to you guys' questions. Let me know what you guys think about that commentary. Let's see. So what was the last number we called here? What's happening here? Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so we have 901, 962. All right, let's call this one. There's a Phoenix lead. I love it.
Hi, you've reached Michelle James. Hi, you've reached Michelle James with the Jason Mitchell Group. Sorry I couldn't get to your call. Please leave a
All right, so no answer on that. Let's go to the next one. Let's see.
Please leave your message for.
All right. Interesting. Let's keep going. Let's keep dialing. Guys, everyone that's on here right now, this is actually normal. When you get a lot of people answering, it's not normal. This is what happens on your follow-ups, right? That's why it's important, just like I did earlier, to get those commitments, because when you don't have appointments and you're just doing follow-ups like this is what you're going to go through, right? Prospecting. So you got to make sure that that you get that. Hello, Trey.
Yeah, this is Trey.
Oh, hey, Trey, it's Max. I'm calling you because I believe you spoke to one of my team members about your property or Whitney Avenue. Said you might be considering selling that one.
Yes. I work for a real estate company. We were called Immobility and Real Estate in Fort Lauderdale. Yes, we own the property.
You do own it, okay?
Yes, we own it.
So are you guys wholesaling it, or what are you trying to do?
No, we are a real estate company. We do wholesaling, but this property, the 1019 Whitney Ave, we actually own it. We bought it like a couple of months ago.
Oh, got it. You guys not gonna rehab it?
No, because we dealing with like so many properties right now that we're working on. Like we really would not even have the time to like actually get to it in time. That's why we're selling it.
Okay, I see it. Just out of curiosity, ballpark, what are you trying to get for it?
Honestly, our asking price is $29,900, but we do consider offers as well.
Okay, so it sounds
and
like
we already have an offer right now at $20K, and we also have another offer at $22,500 at the moment.
Woo! What's stopping you from going with those? That's a good offer, man.
EMD. Earnest money deposit. No one has even put in the earnest money deposit. So once we get an earnest money deposit rocking and rolling, then we'll move forward.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like they're real if there's no earnest.
Excuse me?
It doesn't sound like they're real if there's no earnest deposit.
Exactly. So they're not serious. So we're not in no rush to sell or anything. We're just, we're just pushing it out there as we go.
Yeah, I see. You guys just bought it in May, it looks like.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right. Let me I didn't know you guys owned this. Actually, there was no notes on here saying that you guys had owned it. It just says that obviously you were considering selling, which you are, by the way.
Right.
I just wanted to call you to see what the details were on that. But let me take a look at it. Let me do some more homework on it, and then I'll get you back. Just before I hang up, do you mind if I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
Because I know you got two offers. I know the EMD's the thing that's stopping you from accepting that. What would it take for, off the record, what would it take for you guys to sell that if somebody put down EMD? What would be the offer that you feel comfortable selling it for?
Honestly, we would be comfortable at the asking price that we're asking, because 9 times out of 10, once we get an earnest, this is how we work. Once we get a contract signed and that earnest money deposit, the wire to our attorney in Macon, Georgia, we go ahead and we review the contract right then, and then my managers. Then once we get that earnest money, my managers, they go over the contract, and 9 times out of 10, if the offer is low, they will counter offer. So I'm just going to let you know that ahead of time.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm going to make a lower offer. That's what I don't want to do.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, when I talk to a lot of like buyers, they be like, why do they put the earnest money deposit down? And then once once you put the earnest money deposit down, that gives us a serious buyer, and we can start working on our end. So once we get that earnest money deposit and the contract signed, my managers on the back end, they start reviewing it, and if it's low, then they're going to counter offer. I just tell buyers that before they go ahead and send an earnest money then, because we had that problem before, and then a person was like, Well, I sent my earnest money deposit. Why didn't you tell me like this is our standard? We get a contract signed and earnest money deposit will be wired to our attorney. That will be refundable. The earnest money just makes sure we're dealing with a serious buyer. So once we get that EMD, we can start looking over the contract and see if we got a good offer on it, and then we can just move forward with the process because it'll be a quick close.
How much earnest money you're looking at for?
10% of the purchase price.
Okay, and you said how much was the purchase price one more time?
$29,900.
$29,900. So you wouldn't accept $29,899?
Say that again.
You wouldn't accept $29,899?
Yeah, we will accept that. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. Yeah.
I know. All right, sounds good, bro. Let me do some more homework with this, and then and I'll let you know because I just, like I said, this is my first call. I don't even know if I'm gonna buy this, but I know where you guys stand at for sure. I appreciate it. Okay.
No worries, brother. What's your name again? So I can go ahead and say you in my contact. So if you call again.
Yeah. It's Max Jimenez.
Okay, gotcha, Max. Yeah. All right. I'll be looking for your call soon, brother. Thank you, man.
Sounds good. No problem, man. Take care. Bye.
You too.
Bye. All right. It wasn't a seller, but we had a conversation. They're not negotiable on price. One thing he said, I have 2 offers on the table. Awesome. Those are great offers. What's stopping you from going with those? So you see, he flexed a little bit, but then I said, hey, what's stopping you from going with those? Like, they're not real offers, right? They're just somebody making blind offers and not ready to commit without earnest money or anything like that. So, let's see what questions are going on. What's going on, guys? What's the questions? Come on. Can you elaborate on motivation, pain, or gain on a seller? So, man, that would be a whole show, brother. You're going to have to, I know you're new on this. You need to go back to watch a couple of the old ones. I've elaborated on this so much in depth. Today, I want to dive deep into some calls. That's what I'm here to do. But I definitely, it's a very important subject because I'm a big believer that I don't start negotiations. I don't talk I don't talk about money or price or how much I could pay for a property unless there's pain, motivation, or gain. The difference is pain is like something that's personal to them, right? There's something that the property, the situation is causing them distress. They're overwhelmed. They're hurt. Everything, that's pain, right? Like they need to get rid of this property. The motivation could be something like, hey, I need to relocate. I need to move on. And then gain means that they're going to miss out on an opportunity if they don't sell this, right? It's not pain. They don't need to relocate, anything like that, but they have an opportunity like a 1031 exchange that they need to make, and they need to make it by this date. So we've had multiple deals where we wholesale them and or buy them, and the seller has an opportunity to do a 1031 exchange, but they still need to close by a certain date. So we look for those 3 things. Without those 3 things, motivation, pain, motivation, or gain, we don't talk about money. We don't discuss anything else. We don't move forward unless we discover that there's something there, because what we found out through all our conversations is all the deals, majority of the deals that we've locked up, if not all of them, have been to one of those 3 things. So we try to discover that by asking strategic questions. So David, what's up, Max? What's going on, bro? Appreciate it. Let's see. I recently was going to an appointment and the seller canceled on me due to car troubles. They live 3 hours away. He wants to meet in person. Any tips to how to help the seller see that this can be done virtually? The seller said he's old school. It's tough, man. We try to do a lot of it over the phone as well now. And, there's going to be sellers that, you're going to have to cater to go in person, bro. There's no convincing, right? If you've been on my show already, Jose, which I think you have, you watch this, we're not in the convincing business, right? We can't convince a seller to do something that they don't want to do. If they feel more comfortable by you meeting them in person, which is pretty far, 3 hours away, I would just be careful and let them know, like, hey, get that commitment up front. Like, hey, I'm not going out there to look at a property. I'm not going out there just to talk. I'm going out there with the intention to buy a property. If I go out there and I look at it and I walk it, and then, and if it makes sense for you and I to work together, what happens next? What you want to hear, the next words you want to hear that is I'll sell to you. That's what you want to hear. Whether he says that I signed the contract, I'll sign the agreement, I'll put it in writing, whatever. What you want to hear, the next word should be I will sell to you, because that's pretty far, 3 hours, and it's got to be a good deal. Now you can probe. One thing that you should probably be doing in this call, you should probably call them back and say, hey, listen, we had a schedule to go out there. We've bought properties 2 ways, and you can maybe pitch them like this. We bought properties 2 ways. We know the area very well. We went out and looked at properties, and then the other way that we bought properties is we felt comfortable buying them, sight unseen, because we know the area, we understand what it's going to take to make the repairs. I just want to make sure that, you understand that both options are there. And then what you want to do is that, maybe if he says, no, I want you to come out here, I'd rather meet you in person. Okay. Before I go out there, because it's three hours away, what I want to know is if I go out there, because I don't want to go out there just to look at the property. I'm not going out there just to walk it, and then you tell me you got to think about it, or you tell me that you're not looking to sell, that you still got to talk to other people, because it's 3 hours away. I want to make sure if I go out there and you and I come to an agreement on price and terms, I want to know what's going to happen next if we do come to an agreement. Well, then, like I said, the next words that you should be hearing from their mouth is, I will sell to you. I will sell to you. Anything else of that, you call it out. Look, it doesn't sound like you're ready to sell. You can also price anchor them too if you want. Like, hey, just to make sure that we're on the same page here, because what I'm looking at is, other investors in the area are paying between, let's say your MAO is 200. Other investors in the area are paying between 150 to 160, right, or even lower than that, whatever you want your MAO to be. Because I don't know what you're doing, if you're wholesaling, if you're flipping, or if you're buying, holding. Drop that anchor. That way you don't position yourself, right? Or sorry, don't be the one making the offer. Hold the leverage, position yourself where, hey, other investors, or hey, before I go out there, because it's 3 hours, away. Let's pretend someone made you an offer between 150 and 160. What would happen next? Right now, you're going to see how negotiable they are. So there's a couple things you can do that I just gave you. That way, you're not necessarily concerned about driving out there. But going back to this original concern here, a lot of times you can't, there's going to be sellers you're going to have to meet in person, bro. And especially with the shifting market, they're going to want people to come over to their house. You're going to have to start shifting. You're still going to be able to buy houses over the phone. But what I'm seeing is when COVID happened, before COVID, we were about 60% to 70%. We're about 60% in-house and about 40 to 30% over the phone. Then COVID hit, and obviously that went up. We were around 85% over the phone, and then about a 10 to 15% in-house. That's shifting a little bit now. We see the over the phone dropping just a little bit because people now want to meet in person, right? They want to see who they're doing business with. So just ready to be what is it called? Just be ready to shift if you need to do that. So let's see. Let's call the next one.
Please leave your message for.
All right. Let's call Marquise.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
Hello, it's Marquise speaking.
Hello, Marquise. It's Max. I'm actually calling you because you had spoken to one of my team members about your property over at Club Ridge Drive, I believe. Said you might be considering selling that one.
Oh, I'm not selling it. I'm not even involved with that anymore. I canceled on that deal.
What deal? I'm sorry, I'm confused. This is my first time speaking with you.
No worries. I don't have anything to do with Club Ridge Drive anymore.
Oh, did you sell that already?
No, it's still on market. You can go look at it.
It's still on the market, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, yeah, I do see that. I didn't realize there was no note saying it was on the market. I apologize. So, How long
No, you're good.
so you've been on the market for about 34 days. Have you gotten any offers on it?
It's not me. I was working with an agent to try to buy it, and it didn't fit.
Okay. It didn't what? I'm sorry, you cut out.
I said it doesn't. It's just not for me. You can contact the listing agent.
Okay, so you want me to deal with the agent instead?
Correct.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I had it on here. I didn't know you had it listed. I do notice though, before I hang up here, you just had a price cut of 100,000. What happened there?
Please call the agent.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you feel more comfortable with me talking to the agent, that's fine.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
No
Bye.
problem. I am not the owner of the property. You guys have the wrong number.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they have you down here, so I'll make sure I'll notate that. Okay.
No problem.
Bye. You guys think he wasn't the owner of the property? He had $100K price cut on this property. Look at this. Let me show you guys. Wow. He didn't want to talk about it. Let me see if I can show you guys this. This is crazy. Let me take Leo off. What's up, Leo? Get off my screen, bro. I'm just kidding. Woo! When I called that out, he was like, please call the agent. Guys, and this is gonna lead to the next question that Amador just asked right now. Look at this. He's only been 34 days on the market, right? Right here. 34 days on the market. And now it might be overpriced. I haven't done comps on this deal, which I'm not. I'm not going to do free consultation or free work. But for a 100K price drop, two things. Either A, they're overpriced, which normally that's what happens with agents, right? That's how, when I always tell a seller, when I'm talking to a seller and the seller says, hey, I'm going to list it with the real estate agent because they said I can get, let's say I'm buying this property, right? And I know I need to be at 500,000. Let's just put it that way. And then we have an agent right here that tells the seller, no, don't sell it for 500,000. I'll get you 700,000, right? So guess what my next conversation is going to be with the seller? I'm going to say, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, it's your property. I respect it. Here's what I want. I'm going to take my buyer's hat off and I'm going to put my advisor's hat on for you. If the agent is very confident, and let me take this off the screen real quick so I can get back on the camera. If the agent is very confident that he can get you $700,000 for your property, which is awesome if he can, you win. It's cool. You make more money than I would be able to pay. Let's ask him, because he's so confident that he's going to get you the $700,000. Ask him if he doesn't get one offer for the $700,000 in 30 days or less, is he willing to reduce the commission by 1% every single month? Ask him that question. And the seller's gonna be like, I can do that. Absolutely. Because they're putting you in a position, which I believe is a little higher than I think it would sell for. And to me, that's not, I don't know if it would sell or not, but if the agent is so confident that he can get you $750,000 on your property, ask them if you don't get one offer, if they're willing to reduce the commission by 1%. And I've had sellers ask the agent this. I've had sellers ask them, and they would come back and they would say, Max, they started hemming and hawing, and they're like, I can't do that. That wouldn't be fair, blah, blah, blah. And I said, and I coach them through it. Well, you're very confident that you can get me the 750,000, right? Which I don't know if this is the case, but I'm just giving you guys some tips. Like in this situation, especially right now, the way the market's happening, right? And to see what the reaction is. If the agent is confident, he shouldn't flinch. He's going to say, yes, absolutely. Let's get this listing on the market right now. If you don't get an offer in 30 days, I'll reduce my commission. But if he's not, that just means he's blowing smoke, or he's just not being serious that he can get you that price. And it works really, really well. And you have to have them write it down as well, too. So that's a way. I don't know if this is what's going on, but I want to touch on something, because this question right here, Max, are you doing anything different to adapt to the shifting market? Yeah, I'm not having the same conversations that I had before, right? And when I say conversations, I'm talking about the numbers, the offers that I would be able to make, where I need to be at, right? Because the cash buyers, the local cash buyers are actually evaporating. And what I mean is they're buying less and less and less, and it's going to tighten up even more. So where we were buying at 80 to 90%, that doesn't apply anymore. We need to be buying at no more than 65, 60% for our market anyways, or lower. I want to get as low as possible. So we're not doing, and the second thing we're doing is definitely what I want to do, what I want to start doing is grabbing more stuff on creative, right? Like push creative, whether it's wraps, whether it's seller carryback, things like that. So Dave said, or he has liens. I mean, if we're talking about a mortgage, I don't know, a price cut of 100,000 is a lot. So it could be. I mean, I don't know the situation, maybe. But I just wanted to show you guys that and run that scenario through with you guys really quick. So let's try a couple more calls and see if we can get anybody on the phone. Let's see. So we already called these couple leads here. Actually, so we only have like 2 more. Let's see.
Please leave a message after the beep.
All right, let's call this guy back. All right, no answer. Let's see. Let me go back here. Just want to make sure. I think I missed one. Yep, I did. All right, let's call this person here, Keith McClendon.
Hi, this is Keith. You reached my voicemail.
All right, no answer. Let's look at some questions. Sebastian said, do you guys offload to hedge funds? We are starting to call funds and mixing some creative deals at super low rates. That's interesting. I would like to hear more about how's that going, because I know hedge funds typically they're buying everything cash for the most part. I haven't heard any hedge funds buying creative stuff, but it's definitely interesting. To be honest with you, Sebastian, you know how many properties I've sold to hedge funds? 0. And I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I'm not trying to say it's good or bad, but I think the problem, the problem that we're going to, that we're running into now is a lot of us, and it's not because, did we miss out on some opportunities? Of course we did. But guess what? My relationship with the local flippers and the local guys that buy and understand and that are still in the market, my relationship is actually stronger than ever. And I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. Because we kept selling to them. We kept that relationship strong. And what happens, a lot of guys actually switch their business completely. I'm not saying you did this. A lot of people switch their business to only settle hedge funds. They reorganized their business. They went virtual. They did all this stuff. I've never sold a deal to a hedge fund. I can tell you that right now. And it's not, again, I missed out on did we miss out on some opportunities? Yeah. But that's interesting though, because I don't think I've heard anyone selling anything creative, but maybe you could follow up on that question if there's more to add to it. So, Max, question about your masterclass: are we going to get confirmation email that we signed up? Yeah. So what's going to happen is, so tomorrow, Friday, you're gonna get everything's going out tomorrow, and so you'll get the dates, the times, the Zoom link. Everybody that's already signed up. Tomorrow, I'm locking it out. Nobody can sign up after tomorrow, because what I'm doing by tomorrow is I'm going to send everybody the welcome package. So that way we're all prepared. So Sebastian's got the follow-up. He said, no, I meant we're buying creative deals where finding the lots, cash buyers are very, yeah, no, for sure. 100%. Sean Terry, who's been doing this since 2003, who was my mentor when I got into real estate. We did a meetup yesterday, and that's one of the things that, which I already heard before, but he kind of solidified this for me, and he basically confirm that what I'm doing is correct. I'm focusing on looking at the creative deals, right? Buying creative deals. And that way, you're going to position yourself very, very well, because not only are you going to be able to get cash flow appreciation, all that good stuff, because there's a lot of people that are going to have to sell. A lot of foreclosures are coming. We don't know, right? We don't know if the market's going to crash, but there's definitely something going on, which we know. As far as the real estate market itself, but definitely that's a good strategy to separate yourself, is if you're not doing it already, start learning how to do creative stuff. You need to, especially in the shifting market. So Amador says, let's go. Yeah, bro, keep an eye on that for that email. I got both emails from you. Thank you for signing up this morning. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm excited to have single one of you guys that have already signed up. I love that it's a small group, and I love that it's a group of action takers. Honestly, most of you guys that are on here, I've seen you. I've had messages from you. You've taken some of the stuff that's actually talked about here in the Closers Lab, the show, and applied it, and have had success with it. And what's going to happen is you're going to take what you've already learned and what you've been applying already, and you're going to be, and it's going to be 10x, because now I'm going to show you structure, and we're going to show you how exactly the step-by-step stuff. But I'm super excited. I'm going to end the call here today. It's 11:13. I'm going to end it here today. I know we didn't talk to a lot of people, but that happens sometimes. That's normal. If there's no other questions, let me know. I definitely want to reach out to me, send me a DM. I'm excited for those of you guys that already signed up for the masterclass. Congratulations for investing in yourself, not only monetary, but willing to commit to the time and put in the work. It's awesome. It's awesome to see you guys move to the next step. So let's see. Contract season. Where did you find more knowledge on creative deals? So a very good friend of mine, his name is Brandon Simmons. He came to the office and did a two-day he worked with us. He came in and showed us. Guy's really, really knowledgeable. He's done so many deals creatively, low-key guy, but I love the way he teaches it. Man, he's amazing. Like, because he does the step-by-step. He gets you involved. He basically breaks every step down. I might have him on the show one day, so that way you guys can ask him questions. But he's definitely someone that I learned very well from, just because the way he instructs is kind of the way that I would like, is the way that I like to instruct. And he basically instructs our guys. He showed our guys how to do creative. And man, he's amazing. That's who I learned it from, Brandon Simmons. Sebastian said, especially when not having access to lists, we're having trouble getting a hold of the cash buyers and JVing with other wholesalers that have been around longer. That's a good strategy. I jumped on late. What I missed? What's the sign up for? So David, I have a masterclass that I'm doing starting July 6th. and quite a bit of people that are on here are already signed up. That's going to be 3 weeks. It's going to be 3 days of classes spread out by 3 weeks. Each class is going to be 2 hours long. You're also going to have access to me. You're going to get all the materials, the scripts, and we're going to create the system for you, the sales system for you that you can take and run with. So we are finding the hedge funds in the short term are a better play for us, as we know how to find them and start those relationships. Yeah, no, I'm like I said, you know, it's not a bad strategy if it's working for you. I just, you know, I never said that I was for them or against them. I think if it's a strategy that works for you in your market, by all means. Here in our market, because the ones that are going to be around at the end of the day are the local guys, right? The rehabbers, the cash buyers. And so we just, throughout this whole process, we've been solidifying the relationships. We don't have to start over. The relationships are there already. These guys are more hungry than ever. They're reaching out to us for deals where other guys they don't want to work with anymore because they stopped sending them the deals, right? They broke the relationships by, hey, if you don't want to buy it, then I'll just sell it to this other person, right? For a lot more. So they took the human element out of the transaction, if you want to say, right, and made it very transactional. But for your market, your market is very unique. I say keep doing it if it's working. You know, you obviously want to put, you know, you want to sell deals and you want to get paid, right? So if that's the way that it's working for you, that's awesome. Amador, appreciate your time, Max. Yeah, you guys are welcome. So. All right, I'm going to end it here. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I know we get to talk. Looking forward to next Tuesday, and I'm looking forward for Wednesday to start the masterclass. Look out for that email. For those of you guys that already signed up, look out for that email. It's going to have the information, the times, everything. Make sure that you are looking out, and make sure you look in your spam mail. Promotional. I don't know why it's going to promotional, but look in the different spots. You should have it by the end of the day tomorrow. So that way you guys are all ready to go. But I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much for joining me live, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Later.
He's one of the greatest guys I've ever met. Huge inspiration. You know, the advice he gave me made me like $50,000 in 1 hour. A super fucking human. He just doesn't give up. He doesn't quit. He's one of the most well-known salespeople out there, sales trainers in the fucking country. Very impressive guy. Give it up for my guy, Max Jimenez, baby.